What are you at, ladies and gentlemen, Lycos here, and in today's video I've got my top 5 rune farms in Elden Ring. I'm going to be showing you the best early game rune farms right to the best end game rune farms, and I even got an AFK farm in there as well. The first two farms I'm going to talk about are, in my opinion, the best ones to do early on in the game. For both of these rune farms, you follow this path right here over to this church, and in behind the church is a portal to the area where we're going to be farming the runes. You can follow my path here in order to get to the rune farm. Now this is probably the best and easiest rune farm for brand new players. You can get to this area pretty easily right from the beginning of the game, and it gives you a very good amount of runes. This is a very easy method. All you need to do is go straight down this path. Once you see the big ball spawning behind you, you go to the right, and then the ball should roll right off the cliff. It'll give you about 2,000 runes each time, and all you need to do after that is just fast travel back to the site of grace and then repeat the process again. It can be a little bit tricky to get the runes every time. I find that sometimes the ball does roll off and doesn't give you any runes, but this is one of the best ways to farm runes for a new player. This next method is a good early method as well, but you're going to probably want to be a little bit higher level and have a decent build. So for this method we're going to be fighting these little enemies here, which is in the location that you pass through to get to the first method. There are a ton of enemies in this area, and each one gives you around 1,000 runes. Next up, I got a really good AFK farm for you. For this method you need to be a little further along in the game. You need to have killed the boss Radon, and then in the location where you killed the boss, right in the back of that location here on the map, there's a catacombs with a very good AFK farm. All you need to do is come to this location right here and then just stand in this area. There are enemies here that continuously spawn in and fight each other, so every time one of them dies you just get free runes. So if you want to leave your game going, go do something else, you can come back, and depending on how long you've been gone, you can have 100 or a couple 100,000 runes. Now this AFK farm, it does glitch out sometimes, so you might want to check back every now and then and make sure you're still getting runes. Next up, we've got a mid and a late game farm. Now this area you can get to pretty early on in the game. There's a couple of different ways to get here, but I actually have a video on how to get here pretty early. If you guys want to check that out, I'll link it at the end of this video. But these are very straightforward as well. You need to come to this location in Mogwin Palace. One of the methods, all you need is a bow, and you just shoot this crow creature that's down over the cliff and get him to run off the cliff, and he'll give you over 11,000 runes. The final method is in this exact same area. It's an endgame method because you need a sword that you get from defeating the final story boss. But all you need to do is have this sword, go over to this large group of enemies that's right next to the site of grace, kill all of them using the sword's special ability, go back to the site of grace and rest to reset the enemies. That's it for this one, guys. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay where you're at, and I'll come where you too. Later, everyone.